How are you guys doing? Where are you coming in from? Still getting the live set up here. I just rose not too long ago. Getting the vibe of this new setup, this new place. Should probably open this. Let a little bit more light come through. So it's the new place. Hope you guys like it. I definitely do. There's a lot of space here. Awesome. If you have any questions, drop it down below. If you haven't already, I've been uploading this to the YT. Go check them out there after we finish. Thanks for the compliments. I appreciate you guys. Let's see if it blasts me out. I haven't been on in a while, on like a week or so, something like that. And yeah, it's a hit or miss sometimes with TikTok, but we'll see. Anyway, until then, I'm here. This is the new place. It's pretty cool. It's 9 levels, and that's crazy to me. There's 9 levels at this place. It's all the way from the ground level and the driveway. It's my current build right now. I actually gained more weight since I came down to a lower elevation. We're down about like 1,000 feet, a little bit more than 1,000 feet. So we were at like 6,200 feet or something like that. Now we're at 4,800 feet or something, or 5,200 feet, something like that. So we dropped in elevation about 1,000 feet, and my body gained weight since then. I put the case over there. Did you see it? Oh, you got it already? Oh, man, you're winning.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually do it from your computer, I guess. I can just get off of here.
Okay, if you want.
Yeah.
But until
then, I'll just flex on camera, show people my new build. I look thinner, but like more poppy, but I've gained probably like 6 pounds or something like that. Maybe not that, because today I was 214 when I rose, like roughly. And before that, I was like 209, 208, sometimes 210, but sometimes 211 as well. So yeah. The different elevations really affect your body in different ways. And if not, I guess I'll look good on camera. It's gonna be my mirror.
You always look so good on camera.
To myself, I actually look skinnier. Like just to me, like I look thinner. But here I look like sharper, like bubbled up here and like cut here. But on the scale, I'm like 4 pounds more. My waist looks thinner.
Heck yeah.
Well, at the other place, my eyes look big all the time. Like on the old lives, like at the other place, high up, I would look very kind of bloated, but I weighed less. Here, my stomach and everything looks leaner, like almost like more muscular, but I weigh more. It's funny how that works. Sue, what's up? Bree, what's up? I don't know, man. We might not get blasted out today, and if so, it's cool. It could be a short one. But if you have any questions, let me know. I can show you guys the mountains behind me. This is Kathmandu there. We're overlooking the entire city. You can still see like the big mountains like way up here, like the ice cap mountains and stuff like that. So we're like literally the last house in the city. They're building a house over here on this side. And behind us is another mountain with like a national forest and stuff like that. Hey, sexy. Millennium God says,
oh, wow.
How to get cut without weights. I never had a 6-pack. I never had a 6-pack until probably like maybe 14. But even then, it was like very hard to keep. So I spent 20 years of my life pretty much trying to keep it and maintain it. How to get cut without weights. Everyone's going to tell you some dumb stuff like dieting and like fasting and calories and macros, but that's dumb because people had 6-packs before that stuff was even recognized and realized. Now people realize it, and less people have 6-packs nowadays. Back in the day, everyone had 6-packs and no one recognized this stuff. Now today, everyone kind of knows the calories and all this other stuff, and like less people have 6-packs. It's showing it's not the knowledge that people think it is. It's about the state of your health. It's about the state of your sustainability and your equilibrium and like in your homeostasis. Good day to everybody. I just rose. Homeostasis in your body. So whenever your body's aligned and balanced with itself, your body will naturally show definition. So it's not about trying to get a six-pack. It's using the six-pack as an indicator of the state of your current health. If you are not in good health, right? I'm just use health for like a placeholder. There's something higher than health, and I talk about this all the time, especially in the Discord. But for the people who are, new here, who don't know that, we'll say health, but just know that health is not the ultimate. There's way higher than health. The state of your body indicates the state of your health and where you're at. When you get to a higher degree of health, your body will naturally show abs. I don't do sit-ups. I don't count calories. I don't diet. I don't starve myself in a fast. I don't, do calories in, calories out, caloric. I don't do any of that crap. Like, I can take as much as I want, and because of that, my whole, not just my abs, but my entire body is defined year round. I've been like this for nearly 5 years now. When I'm naturally like overweight, like a lot of people, to get in this type of like condition to where their whole body shows, especially like their muscle fibers, they can't sustain that, especially like longer than a week, or they become delirious, dehydrated, they pass out. I've been like this for 5 years, not even just a week, 52 weeks times 5. So it's a higher degree of that I occupy because I'm able to sustain it, while other people are trying to manipulate their body to reach it. They're trying to dehydrate themselves. They're trying to, like, people get up on stage and stuff like that for competitions. They are trying to lower their calories. They're trying to work out they're trying all this stuff. I don't work out. I haven't worked out in 6 years. I haven't worked out in 6 years. They have to work out just to try to get this for a week. I don't dehydrate myself. I don't avoid sugar. That's another big misconception. I don't even avoid sugar. I'm not worried about sugar. I don't count calories. I don't track proteins. I don't count macros. Your body and everything that you do is the reflection of whatever state you're occupying. So whenever you occupy a higher state, your body reflects that. And that's why my body reflects this year round. And I teach you that in the guide, how to occupy a higher state, so then your body naturally expresses this. I've had many people come into this way of living, and now they have abs, and they don't work out, and they don't count calories. They don't have to spend all the time at the gym or take supplements or whatever, because it's naturally inside of every person. I'll show you how to bring it out.
Katerina asked, can girls do this?
Heck yeah, girls can do this, of course. So this is not gender specific. It's not age. There's no age requirement. It's not something that you have to be Caucasian or African or young or old or short or tall. The whole purpose of what I'm talking about is to understand what you are. And when you understand what you are, you can live from that. And when you live from that, your body naturally reflects it. So girls become more feminine. Like, even all the girls around me, their butt has grown bigger. They don't do any booty workouts. They don't take supplements. They don't do any sort of thing like that. But now their feminine features are more expressed because they're occupying what they actually are. When you occupy what you actually are, your body resembles that state. It looks like it. It's shaped like it. So women for sure, men for sure, young, older, it doesn't matter, because it's not about trying to manipulate your body into a certain state. Now that could be detrimental for a woman, doing surgeries and all this other stuff, taking a bunch of supplements and compounds to try to get a fix. You're manipulating your body. Me, on the opposite hand, I say, no, you're actually this, embody that, and then your body reflects it. It's not detrimental. It's not harsh. It's not strenuous. You don't need willpower or force. It's so easy, but it's coming into knowing what you are. So there's meditation incorporated with it. There's awareness of your environment. There is understanding how to mechanically move and exist with everything around you. So whenever you do these things in a very specific way, your body naturally reflects that, whether you're a man or a woman. The reason you look out, and a lot of people don't even know this nowadays because they're very unaware, but a lot of people are disfigured. Like, the shapes that they've taken on, that's not a normal human, and humans have never looked like this before. But with all these chemicals and these compounds, it's made humans this weird shape that people have never been before. Their face is misshapen and all this other stuff. No hate on them. It's not even an aesthetic thing, but it's just that humans have never looked like this type of thing before, with these rolls here, or this or that or that or this and all this other stuff. Everyone's head's swollen. Everyone has 3 chins, like a swollen jaw. It's because these compounds are getting into people's genetic blueprint, and it's bringing, I would just say, damage to their DNA, so their body can't read it correctly, so they end up becoming disfigured, which is crazy, because everyone's supposed to look like angels and deities and gods, like they make the statues out of. But because of all this genetic compounds in the atmosphere and in people's houses and everything that they're absorbing, now women don't look like they used to, and they're growing mustaches even more, and then dudes are more effeminate, and like they have all this stuff going on. It's getting into the genetic code of people, and we're all susceptible to it. Like none of us are abstained from getting affected by those compounds. But if you don't know about it, you'll think that humans should look like this, but they shouldn't. And no other time in history has anyone ever looked like this. But these chemicals are coming in and they're mutating us, mutating people. So when you become aware of it, you can do your best to avoid it. And then by that, your body will naturally express what it's supposed to look like. That's how I look like this, but I don't work out. I haven't worked out in 6 years, and yet I look like somebody who works out every single day. People have to work out every single day just to look like a fraction of this, just to have abs just a little bit. Me, on the opposite hand, now that I know this stuff, I haven't worked out in 6 years. I don't take supplements. I don't diet. I don't count calories. I don't track macros or protein or anything like that. I have a bunch of energy, and I look like this naturally now because it's a God-given blueprint inside of me, and I'm expressed from that, and I live from that. And you can too, no matter if you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. All right, what's next?
So, microplastics are a huge problem from glow.
From glow or flow?
Glow.
Glow. Okay, cool. Yeah. All of it. Microplastics, aerosols in the air, sprays, chemical, anything that's man-made. So microplastics are a thing out of everything, the totality. So if it's man-made, it's going to cause some sort of distortion in your frequency, and it's going to make you look distorted. So if you intake anything that's been manipulated, any sort of compound that's been manipulated by man, it's going to mess up your coding, and you're going to become distorted because there's no harmony in manipulation. So whenever people take stuff and they make things, even ingredients and recipes and cakes and all this other stuff, even foods, whether it's plastics or foods or whatever, and people manipulate it, they put their manhood on it and change its structure or its chemical composition. You absorb this and it changes you, it distorts you, and you're affected by it. So it's from plastics, it's from solids to liquids to gases to plasmas, and anything that's been manipulated by man is going to disrupt your field and how you're composed. It's going to make you look like something not human anymore. Just give it enough time. So avoid all that stuff. Anything man-made, just avoid it. You don't need it.
So the mom who knows says, so what do you do to stay in shape?
The mom who knows, great question, right? What do I do to stay in shape? I do nothing. Just like I said earlier, you shouldn't do anything to stay in shape. The shape that you're in indicates the state of health that you're in. So if you're doing something to stay in shape, you're manipulating yourself, which is a false indicator. This is why people have to go to the gym and exhaust themselves daily just to barely even keep the shape that they are. But they miss one day at the gym, a week, they blow up and go right back. Because it wasn't real, it was false. It was a false shape. Instead, you use your shape to indicate the state of health that you're occupying, and you occupy the highest state of health, and then by default, your shape reflects your state. So I don't do anything to stay in shape. I look at my shape and I'm like, oh, why is this? And because there's toxins, there's this, there's that, there's all this other stuff. I go to the root of the issue of what my body's trying to express. I shift that, and then my body follows. It reflects the state that I'm occupying. So never go towards shape. Never worry about 5 pounds. Never worry about losing weight. Never worry about gaining weight, lose anything like that. all this stuff is an indicator of what's happening internally. And whenever you can understand that, you can shift what's affecting that, and then your body will automatically reflect that. Not because you want your body to reflect that. It's not because you want abs, not because you want to lose 5 pounds, but because that's trying to tell you what's going on so you can put your body in the best state so you can live a long, prosperous, energetic life. Does that make sense? If not, let me know. I can explain it in other ways, but that's what it is. I never think about weight. I never think about muscles. I never think about losing weight. I never think about gaining muscle. I never think about trying to get into a certain shape. I always look at my current shape and acknowledge it, and that tells me the data I need to know so I can properly move forward. Everything's an indicator.
She asked, can you give examples?
Yeah. So let's say that I have a band of fat here on my lower abs, right? That might be because my lymphatic tract is backed up because of constriction and compression, which might be an indicator that I sit too much in a folded position, whether it's a car seat or an office chair or something like that. Because there's contraction here constantly over the majority of the day, most likely lymphatic fluid is building up in this area, causing love handles, causing belly fat, causing so many other things. So what does that mean? Well, I need to stop contracting that area. I need to stretch it and allow that lymphatic waste to flow. Now, there's other indicators to it, but that's the primary observation. When you see it, it's trying to tell you something. You shouldn't see that belly fat and be like, oh, I'm fat. Let me try to lose belly fat. So let me go run. The belly fat is the indicator that there's contraction in the specific coupling because your lower body couples with your upper body. And there's a transport from top to bottom, bottom to top. Arteries and veins go down and up, right? Veins go down, arteries go up, right? To the bottom, to the top. Well, if you create a contraction, you fold it and you're always compressed there, that fluid can build up here and love handles and everywhere else. Now you have lymphatic and metabolic waste sitting in your stomach, and that's represented in fat because the fat will help neutralize any toxic waste you might have in your body. Fat holds water. Water neutralizes. Water's a good neutralizer. So a lot of fat is just water retention because you're so toxic. But if you just saw it as you're gaining weight, you go and run to try to get it off, but you're still doing the core root of the problem, which is the contraction, which is the sitting, which is the 90-degree angle or more, 45-degree angle, because maybe you're slouched. But if you just see it for what it is, like, oh, it needs to flow, you get up more, you set a timer and get up more frequently, that fluid can flow and go through your system and go out you in different ways. And then all of a sudden you start losing the belly fat and you don't have to run. You lose more belly fat from standing than you would running when you actually find out what the issue is. So I'm not using the belly fat to say I'm fat. I'm using the belly fat to tell me, oh, I'm sitting too much, or I'm in that contracted folded position too much. That's an example. Pimples, same thing. Psoriasis, stinky, it's all an indicator of something. Not that you have to go do something for that, but you have to honor and understand what it is and what it's trying to say. I'm not standing up to lose the belly fat. I'm standing up because my fluids aren't properly circulating. I'm not trying to lose the belly fat. I'm trying to allow my body to operate in its natural operations, meaning things should be flowing up and down and up. So now that I see the problem, I'm not standing to lose belly fat. I'm standing to allow my body to operate and flow naturally like it should. And that's a completely different motivation. When you do it like that, it's actually in self-love versus self-hate. If you stand up because I'm fat, you hate yourself and you're still trying to manipulate yourself. But if you stand up because you're working with your body, then your body naturally loses the weight and you're doing it in love and it's not harmful for you. Hey, pretty girl, what's up? Want to give me a hug?
Good day. Okay.
So some people can stand just to lose the weight. So they'll stand up because you might hear what I'm saying right now. Like, okay, Mikey says stand if I want to lose belly fat. But they'll become so obsessed with the belly fat that they'll end up injuring their heels or their ankles, or they'll get sore feet trying to stand because they're trying to stand to lose weight. So even the motivation that you're approaching this with, or the inspiration, Good day, baby. So the reasoning or the inspiration or your intention of why you're trying to lose weight also affects the efficacy and the sustainability of what you're trying to achieve. If your intention for losing the weight is because you hate fat and you think you look ugly, you'll still damage yourself because it's still in self-hate. You'll do it until you run yourself in the ground. That's why a lot of people run. They're running because they hate themselves, because they think they're fat or something else. But when you stand up just to let yourself, just need a flow. Here, body, I've been sitting down too long. Let me just allow you to flow. You'll still be listening to your body like, okay, cool, that's enough standing. And it might be 30 seconds and then you can sit back down. And you're working with your body, and that's more sustainable and it's not harmful for you. And now you can do this for the rest of your life, and you never damage, you never get injured. You know, that's how I'm almost 40, and yet I don't look almost 40. I look younger, on the younger side. Usually when I go out, people think I'm a lot younger than what I am. You know, even when I'm dating women, I get to date women who are like a decade younger than me or more because I look closer to their age than my actual age. Because everything I'm doing is in a sustainable manner that doesn't cause damage to me. But the people are constantly throwing themselves in the gym and working out and trying to lose fat, and they're getting surgery or they're taking supplements or all this other stuff. That stuff is catching up to them and it's damaging them. That's why they look older, right? Me, here I am, I need a shave, but I don't look as damaged as I once did. My face is fresher, my life is fresher, I feel bright on the inside. I have a bunch of energy, and that's because I use my energy wisely in a sustainable manner that's not detrimental to me. And the things I say, it's universal, and it's for both men and women. It's not going to be detrimental to you or him or her or those people, because it's the easiest approach to what life actually is. So it's very sustainable. It's very easy.
So just a few more things from the mom who knows. Is she said, that makes total sense, but I work at a desk 8 hours a day. I drink a lot of lemon water, but I guess I need to do some exercise once an hour. How long have you lived like this?
Okay, a couple things with it. Don't drink lemon water. You don't want to drink water. It's not water. A lot of people, mom who knows, right? I think you're doing amazing. I'm going to actually do this. Close all those. Cool. I'm going to have more for that. So throw those assumptions out. I have to exercise. That's just you telling yourself that, because it's a compensation. Drinking lemon water, even like the working at the desk and everything else, right? So just go ahead and just toss that. If you have belly fat there, right? Maybe that's why you're saying this. Maybe you do have excessive belly fat. Maybe you don't. I have no idea, but it sounds like you're trying to get a plan for belly fat. You asked me for an example. I just use that as an example. I'm not saying that you have to do that, because I don't know. Maybe you're thin. Maybe you're on the thinner side and you don't have that there. But you asked for an easy example. Boom, that. Now, if you do have belly fat and you do have an office job and you do sit for 8 hours, you have a lot of poop most likely stuck in your colon because you're contracted for so long and everything's gathering in that spot, and it's going to give a foul smell to your vaginal region, your colon, and even your underarms. So you probably have to wear a lot of perfume. You probably have to use a lot of soap. Everything leads into the next. Everything affects everything. This is the subtitle of the guide. If you haven't gotten the guide already, go get the guide. It's going to tell you all this stuff and lay it out easy. But everything's connected. So guess what? You sit for that long time, poop gets stuck inside of you. Waste, metabolic waste, lymphatic waste, all this waste, because it's not able to circulate. Waste getting stuck inside of you means that you smell. Smelling means you're probably going to put on something to block your pores, like deodorant. Guess what? If you block your pores, that waste can't come out. You'll actually smell more over time. So the more deodorant you use, the stinkier you become, because you're not allowing things to come out of you. You probably use a lot of soap. You have pores on your skin. When you put anything on your skin, your pores absorb it. If you put soap on your skin, your body is eating it, which is a chemical. It is a toxin. You wouldn't eat soap, right? It'd make you sick. But when you put on your skin eats it. So now you have more waste inside of you. So now you're sitting like this, you're having a smell, you're blocking your pores, you're putting on soap, you're absorbing the soap, you're damaging your body, which is creating more it's a positive feedback loop. So a little bit of lemon water ain't going to do anything. It's not going to do anything, right? It's just a pseudo thing. It makes you think you did something when you haven't. The main thing is get everything at the root, get everything at the source. If you set for 8 hours a day, set an alarm clock just to stand up every 15 minutes. Stand up and stretch. Set your desk a little bit higher. Maybe have like a standing desk or like a desk that has a raise on it. When you can bring it up and down and stuff like that. They have those where they have electrical desk or even like crank mechanical desk that can raise it up or set it down. And even if your company that you're with won't buy you a full desk, can I see this, Sash?
Mm-hmm.
No, like
the whole thing.
Yeah, you can even buy like one of these little desks here to put it on top of your desk to put your computer and your monitor and your screen on when you're standing. And then whenever you're going to sit back down, you can just take it off and then sit back down. And this is going to help with the flow of it. So it's not about having to exercise, right? That is an automatic response in your mind to try to approach something that's ineffective. The whole point of what I'm saying is don't exercise. Because if you exercise, you're trying to manipulate yourself. The only thing you have to do is allow your body to flow. But people would instantly think, and mom who knows, like this is like people have been so brainwashed that they can only think in this way because they have been slammed with it so many times. That's the only way they can think. Very myopic. Oh, I have to exercise. And there's no other way. So I'm showing people that that's actually the problem. Thinking you have to exercise is actually how much they captured your brain to where you can't think creatively. You don't have to exercise. I haven't exercised. And it's funny because I meditate a lot. So I'm sitting down most of the day, but because I understand these specific things, even my lower abs stay lean. I don't carry any waist. So if you see my lower abs, bam, it's like that. When I used to be overweight, I used to be very, I'll show you a picture of how I used to look. And this is when I did exercise, because it's not about exercise. It's about truly understanding what the issue is. And that's why I'm revealing to you guys today. This is the true issue of what's going on in all of your life, man or woman. And the guide, I say get the guide because sure, I can use this one. This one's pretty fast. No, I want to use the other one.
Brandon said, where can I get the guide? I'm interested, man.
Do you want to tell him?
So the guide is on our website. It is at MikeyBreathes.com, or you can go to his profile here and click on the link there, and you can get the guide there.
The link in the bio.
Yep, link in bio or MikeyBreathes.com.
Boom. And if you join my Discord community for the full annual year membership, you get the guide and the meal plan for free, which is the best offer because you get support, accountability, community, and updated versions of the guide whenever we make it. All included with the membership.
Also, Archon asked, but what did you eat and how many times a day?
I'm going to bring you guys to a super conscious level, okay? I'm bringing you guys to that conscious, super conscious level. Sure, let's use this one here.
Brandon said, I'd like to be healthier for my kids for the future. The gym is getting boring already, LOL.
The gym is dumb. The gym is for non-creative people. And I was in the gym for years, okay? So I'm not saying I'm better than, I'm saying I know because I was. That's how I know this, because I was there. I did it like firsthand, hands on, bro. I was boots on the ground in the field. I was in the gym every day trying to work out and get to the level I'm at now. But it's when I stopped all that stuff that I actually achieved this level without the gym. Screw, let's use this one. Okay, cool. So you see all the belly fat at the bottom there.
The mom who knows said, wow.
I love you, mom who knows. Bless you.
And she said, I eat once a day.
You can eat as many times as you want a day. It's not about that. Guys, It's not, I'll help you out. It's not about anything. I'm not saying. Did Mikey say go to the gym? I did not. So that means it's not about the gym. Did Mikey say it's about how many times you eat a day? I did not. So it's not, you can eat all day if you want to. If you do this right, you'll still have this. It's not about how much you eat. It's not about what you eat per se. You can eat anything. Like when you get the guide, it shows you the foods to eat, and you can eat them as much as you want, and you'll still lose the weight. When I lost this weight, I lost like roughly like 60 pounds. I was eating like 6,000 calories a day. You can eat as much as you want. It's not about what you eat. That's how they brainwash you and manipulate you. Oh, I have to go to the gym. I have to have a caloric deficit. I have to fast. No, you don't. That's the lie. That's what I'm waking you guys up from. It's what makes my job so easy. You can eat as much as you want, as often as you want. But if you know these deeper things, you'll always get these results. It's not about what did you? But I eat once but the gym and this and that. That's why it doesn't work. Because you have to keep doing it. Because it's inefficient. It's not the highest way. Whenever you just occupy this highest way, you stay like this. I stay like this year round. I've been like this for like 5 years. I've been going live for like 3 or 4 years or something like that. And every time you guys see me, I'm lean, I'm in shape, I have a bunch of energy, and like every single muscle is showing. And I've only gotten stronger and better. I only have more muscles that show now. I've only become even more lean and shredded. I only have more energy. I look more youthful now. In an aesthetic way, I look more beautiful now than I looked when I first started. My face is glowing, my teeth are white, my eyes are shining, my skin is radiating, because it's none of the crap they tell you. Fasting, gym, diets, vegan, carnivore. It's just barbaric, archaic, forceful, harmful methods of people who don't understand. So they're beating their head. Okay, I gotta starve myself. I gotta only eat meat. Gotta only eat vegetables. Gotta only eat fats. Keto. Gotta only or gotta work out all day. Gotta fast. Gotta do all this stuff. That's why it doesn't work. Even to this day. Think about it. If it worked, then it would have worked. But it doesn't. You have to keep doing all this and that and all this other stuff. But this here, this is just a life to embody. You embody life. I don't have to do anything. And my muscles are growing. I'm not doing anything to make my muscles grow. They're just doing it because I just occupy the state. And by default, my muscles. By default, my lower abs. Here, I was thinking about getting surgery because I had loose skin on the bottom. And my skin could like fold over my pants because I had such loose skin. So I was contemplating surgery. Guess what? My skin tightened up. This was probably like 2018-ish, like probably like the end of 2017, 2018, somewhere in this. It's like roughly like 8 years ago. I'm 8 years older and my skin's tighter. I'm 8 years older and I have tighter skin than my younger self from 8 years ago. No surgery. Because their methods are antiquated. They're old school, super harmful, super detrimental, forceful ways that are just destroying the body, but it makes you look a certain way while you're doing it. So people think it's healthy. Working out's not healthy. Not consistently, not forcefully, not chronically. A lot of people actually pass away from working out because they work out so much. But why are they working out? Because they hate themselves. Their working out is motivated because they actually hate themselves. Which anything you do in self-hate is going to be detrimental to you. But Mikey, I work out because I love myself. Well, if you loved yourself, you'd seek out the highest way, the best way for yourself, which you'd come to find out you don't have to work out, which means working out is self-hate. Because when you just love yourself, you find out you don't have to work out and you can still have better results. There is a higher way, but you only are going to obtain it if you actually love yourself. So when the person asks like, yeah, but what did you eat? That's limiting your mind to like, yeah, but, meaning I don't believe it. It's not about what did I eat. It's about, well, what did you even catch the first part of what I said? Most likely no, because your mind has been captured, it's been kidnapped. To now, even if I tell you, hey, this angle at your position accumulates this around you, you can't hear that message. And you're like, yeah, but what did you eat? But the angle, yeah, but like, did you eat like meat? It doesn't matter. I'm telling you this. They have you so locked in over here, your mind can't even think outside the box. It's so boxed in. It has to look like working out, dieting, fasting. 1 meal a day, lemon water, vegan. That's how much they have captured your mind. You're not even free to think. When I'm talking about geometric angles, which is what my body's expressed in, geometry. I look like this because of geometry. The geometric angle that I occupy the most is going to determine the state of my body and like its reflection.
Katerina asked, how do you reach higher?
Well, first you got to understand your own limits and like see your own manipulation. Man, why does my mind always instantly go to working out? Because they manipulate you. Man, why does my mind automatically go to dieting? Because they manipulate. You got to see how they've captured your mind. Because you can't reach if they're still holding you down. You got to think outside the stuff. Everything that they told you is wrong. You don't have to take supplements. They're telling you that because they want your money. You don't have to work out. They're telling you that because they don't know any better. They're barbaric. If they knew the higher way, then they would be saying it, but they don't. So they're telling you what they know because they want it to have significance. Everybody wants significance in some sort of way. I think it's like in the hierarchy of needs. Significance. Is it Maslow's or something like that? Hierarchy of needs? Something like that. Everybody wants to be significant, especially when you have your basic needs taken care of. So they're going to say this because they want to help the world. Well, they want to help the world because they want to feel important. People don't want to help the world because they love the world. People want to help the world because they said they help the world. And if they don't, they just want to help the world because they help the world. You don't know them. You won't even know them because they'll be too busy helping the world to be known. And there are people like that. But for the most part, someone's blasting regurgitated information. They're not telling you anything that they found. They told you what someone else told them. And they're hurrying and rushing to tell you because they want to get that validation. But that's hurting people because it's keeping them in these antiquated ways that are detrimental. That's why people have bad knees and they throw their back out. I don't throw my back out. My knees are great. And I look younger and I'm nearly 40. Because when you do this the right way, you're preserved in reality. And you don't have to gimmick yourself or take 1,000 pills or supplements or whatever to try to obtain it. This is what your body naturally produces. And it's so easy. It's so much easier. It saves me a lot of money. Saves me a lot of time. Saves me a lot of energy. Keeps me happy. There's no willpower. There's no force. There's just a bunch of self-love. And it's just so easy to flow with. But to answer the person's question, what do I eat? I eat everything that's natural. If it's man-made, I don't eat it. If it grows naturally, I eat it. End of story. It's that easy. Yeah, but what do you eat? You guys are trying to make it too hard. It ain't that hard. If man touched it, don't eat it. If man hasn't touched it, it's okay for the most part. All right, what's up? What's next?
Cool. So at one hit said,
if you haven't gotten the guide yet, go get it. MikeyBreathes.com or linked in the bio. Dude, it's going to change your life. If you join my Discord for the year membership, you get the guide for free and the meal plan for free. So easy.
By the way, XOHO said, my dream man.
What up?
One hit one.
Actually, speaking on that real quick, people have been having dreams and visitations of me. People say I've been approaching them in their dreams and they'll have visions of me and they'll fill my spirit with them as they're going through life. People aren't even like spiritual. Like, I'm not even spiritual, bro, but I can feel you with me. I can feel your energy and your essence here.
That's so cool.
It's interesting.
So one hit one said, Mikey looking good. Circulate some love, bro. God. And then Dark Seduction said, basically, love yourself. If you do, you'll naturally eat healthy and have a positive mindset.
Something like that. Yeah, it's very close. One, I don't believe in healthy. I don't believe in eating healthy. I think it's a construct to get people into the trap of thinking a certain way. You just live, eat life. There's no healthy. Healthy is this fabrication that's made to make you think that you're achieving something when the healthy people die just as much as the unhealthy people. There's people who smoke cigarettes and all this other stuff who live longer than people who are running every day and stuff like that. People who run every day have heart attacks and whatever, while people who drink alcohol live to like they're 80. Right? There's both cases. It's not try to be healthy. It's look for the life. Where's the life at? Where is life? Where's the life? Be aware of life. Is this life or is this death? And you're set with these two options every single second of every single day, every single moment. And you have to consciously choose it. And if you love yourself, yeah, you'll choose life. If you don't love yourself, you'll keep choosing death until you age and you die. And you might exist for some time, but you're going to look like you chose death a lot of times, which is going to blunt you and lock you from the fullest expression of life and what it has. The blessings, the goodness, the ease. Everything's so easy. When you choose life, everything's so much harder if you keep choosing death. Stop choosing death and just choose life. What's death? Hair dye, cologne, perfume, sprays, insecurities, surgery, plastic surgery, for aesthetics, stuff like that. Trying to impress other people. Chemicals, toxins, compounds, man-made stuff. When you just choose like, well, what's life? Living things, birds, animals, plants, grass, trees, then all of a sudden, bam, life becomes a lot easier. Because you are choosing life and now you're alive. When you're alive, you have more energy. When you have more energy, everything's just easier.
So true. Know thyself and to thyself be true.
Know thyself. I love it. That's great.
Kiwan said, what kind of soap do you use and do you still believe in daily showers?
Kiwan, what's up? I don't use soap. Ta-da! And guess what? I smell amazing. Women love my smell. To hear the person say that themselves, like first person is like, oh, how arrogant. But if a third party was like, no, dude, Mikey smells good, you'll be like, wow, this is awesome. Get that bias inside of your head. I'm only telling you because I'm here, right? If I wasn't here, then I couldn't tell you, right? Sasha can tell you. Sasha, you want to tell him, do I smell good or bad?
He smells great.
I smell fantastic.
Yeah, he smells really good.
I smell so good that people, when they hug me, they don't let go and they keep smelling me.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Even strangers, they smell me and they'll just they'll stay close because I smell so good, because I smell like life. I'm living. I don't use any soap. Now, if I get like some sort of dirt on me or something like that, or some sort of chemical or toxin, yeah, I'll use some soap then. But I'm aware enough to where I don't go put chemicals on me or get chemicals on me. So I don't have to use soap as regularly. And I haven't used soap for my body in years, but I don't use soap, maybe not years. I probably used soap for my body like 4 months ago, maybe something like that. Soap.
It was when you were with the Toxins, the oils or the lotion. Actually, you did not use soap for that.
With the girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't use soap for that.
I didn't use soap after I was with her. But I spent some time washing all that stuff off me because I was washed. She had so many chemicals on her, bro. She's beautiful, but she has like the lotion and all the other stuff. I was with a girl the other day and I went to her place and she just had like 50 chemicals set out for like face moisturizers and cleansers and this and that. And she wants to use this type of stuff. And so I had to like get that and like wash and wash and wash. But I didn't use soap for that. Last time I used soap, I think whenever you guys showered me, both you and Lane, you were like rubbing soap on my back or something like that, and like scrubbing my back and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
It's so long ago, I don't even remember it. But do I take showers daily? It depends. Like, yeah, if I go out into the world, yeah, I'll take a shower and like I'll wash the world off me, all the brake dust and exhaust, carbon monoxide and stuff like that. But if I'm going to the world, if I'm just like here in the house, I'll stay here. And I won't shower for sometimes, like, there's been a time I didn't shower for like over a week and a half. And I smelled fantastic. I almost didn't want to shower because like, man, I smell so good. But I went out into the world and then I showered. It also depends on what elevation I'm at. So if I'm at a high elevation now, I'm in the Himalayan mountains, there's no smell. There's not really any sweat. But if I'm like at a lower elevation, maybe like Sri Lanka, it's very like hot and muggy and like humid. Yeah, I might shower like once a day or something like that, depending, like wash off. But as far as soap, no soap. Because again, if you put anything you put on you, you're going to absorb in your body. Your body can't process soap. It's going to just cause a lot of destruction to your cells. You're going to have a lot of metabolic waste. You're going to end up stinking and becoming damaged. It's going to damage your DNA. You're going to become disfigured. People don't think that's a natural human. That's not what humans look like. Humans look like deities. Everyone should look like a god and a goddess. Not that you have to. It's totally up to you. There's not like some sort of like not euthanasia, but like allowing the highest outcome of your genetics to be expressed. And everyone has angel DNA in their genetics. I believe so. Because I look like this, mine looks like this. And this is me like 8 years ago. Let's see, how do I look? I would say I look better now than I do then. I have shorter hair. I was like, you have less hair, you don't have any hair. I'm like, no, I just cut I still have, I had a bald spot here in the back, but my hair filled back in. So I probably have more hair now than I did back then. It's just longer. I don't grow my hair out anymore because I don't want chemicals in it. I don't want to put stuff in my hair. So I just shave my head. But I would say my skin quality looks better. My body definitely looks better. I look very pasty here. Not as far as the color, but like my skin doesn't look vibrant. Like it's emitting light. It looks like it's just kind of dull and, you know. But this is me, 8 years ago.
Wow, to see you right next to each other is like...
Hold up, I'll put this down.
Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to roll back up.
What's up, Mikey? How's it going, bro? Oh my God, yeah. And I love this guy. There's no hate on me. I didn't know. Actually, this is pretty cool. If you see this here, you can see all the chemicals I had on my bathroom counter, all the stuff for my hair and my face and everything else. Primarily for my hair. That's why I cut my hair. I use a lot of chemicals in my hair. A lot. Like a lot. Like too much, bro. So those things.
Resurrect by Night said you was a punk rocker.
Was I a punk rocker? I mean, I don't know, man. A heavy metalist, a punk rocker. I've been at all. I've been a Christian worship leader, a punk rocker, a heavy metal, scream, hardcore. Not really emo. I was never an emo person, but you know, I've been a lot of genres as a skater, businessman. I've worn all kinds of hats. Oh yeah.
Do you want me? Okay. One hit once. Pick that guitar back up.
The guitar. This is a funny thing that a lot of you guys might not know. The guitar actually contorted my body because I play guitar so much. It twisted my spine and caused me to be lopsided in my body. So if you notice in some of my photos, I'm kind of like this sometimes because I play guitar for so long. It's, you know, right-handed guitar. You turn to your left to look at the neck and play like that. So my body and my hips are slightly contorted. And I've been spending this time in these years to bring my body back into alignment so I have symmetry in my body. So the guitar is actually also based off of insecurity. That's why I say don't even have hobbies. Because a lot of that stuff is just keeping you from knowing you. It's just occupying and distracting you. The guitar will fade, but my soul will not. So I seek my soul above all else.
That's powerful.
Thank you.
So J2KX1 asks, are you mixed, or if you don't mind me asking?
Am I mixed? Yeah, I'm half Nephilim and half Draconian. Yeah, I'm mixed. All right, next.
And Resurrect.
These questions are silly, guys. Come on, man.
He did say, if you don't mind me.
I don't mind. I'm saying it's silly. I don't mind silly questions. I'm just pointing out it's silly. Like, what? Who cares? Like, what? But I guess people just want to know, you know.
Yeah, they're curious about you.
Still silly.
Resurrect by Night asks, what made you cut your hair short or closed shaved?
Are you guys listening to what I'm even saying? Now I feel like hurt in my heart. I'm like, they're not even listening to me. I'm telling you guys, but you're not even listening. I had a lot of chemicals. I used a lot of chemicals in my hair to get my hair a certain way. And because I don't want chemicals on my body, I cut my hair. I literally just said that before the whole mix thing.
Maybe he wasn't here during that time.
Resurrection by Night's a girl, remember?
Oh.
The Tangerine Dream?
Oh.
Yeah. With their brother.
I didn't know that.
Come on, Sasha. It's only been 3 years. What, you can't remember something 3 years
ago? Actually, it's a guy. I just got here. Sorry, bro.
Resurrection by Night?
Resurrect by Night.
No, it's a girl. Tangerine Dream, right?
Yeah. I see a picture of a dude, but...
Well, don't tell me. Either way.
Yeah. So let's see. One hit once in music was the universal language and a powerful tool to elevate.
Yeah, music, but not a guitar. The instrument or the tool, if you fall in love with it, you bypass the cognitive reasoning of the music itself. Use your voice, but not too much though. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, well, music's here. Like, well, then listen to the birds. It's not that you have to get this thing and contort your body because you like music so much. That's what I was doing. The guitar itself was the perpetuation of insecurity for me because the guitar made me feel good versus just going in like, well, what's even going on? And once I see that, now I have no desire to play guitar. Like, I don't even care. I played guitar since I was 9. So I was pretty skilled at it. I've been playing it for over 20 years. So it's pretty like, versed on the guitar, but I played it so much. Again, it contorted my body. I didn't even realize it because I wasn't paying attention to myself. I was paying attention to the guitar. Now I'm like this. One shoulder's forward while one's back because you got to hold it like that. So one trap would be up while one trap would be back like that. So one trap would be popping. And my spine was twisted like that. I didn't even know it because I wasn't paying attention to myself. I was paying attention to the music.
Do you want me to roll back up?
No, I mean, you guys, if you have a question that I didn't answer already, just go ahead and drop it down below. Oh, those look like parrots.
Oh, that's so cool.
They look like parrots. Yeah, they're like green and have like a long tail.
That's really cool.
But dude, we're in Nepal, so I'm like...
Can it be someone's pet?
There's like 3 of them. There's 3 parrots all flying around. Parakeet looking things.
So cool.
If you have a question, go ahead and drop it down below. But yeah, it's more so about like not succumbing to the insecurities of the world. You can if you want to. I don't care, dude. Like, you want to play guitar, play guitar. I don't care. I'm just letting you know, like, things that people don't take into consideration. You play guitar, your back will be contorted. You're giving your life force and your energy to a thing that the moment you stop strumming it, it's done. Versus taking that same energy and putting it into your soul, and you can live perpetually forever, in a sense.
Oh, I can duplicate like that. Command D. Yep.
All right, what you got?
I see. Well, one hit once it sang something.
Sang?
Yeah.
Sang sung.
Sang some.
I'm not the music person. Like, you guys like the music. You guys can sing all you want. I think that there's something greater. And I see it. And when you occupy it, you end up experiencing a completely different reality in life. When that reality is achieved, there's nothing comparable to it. And it's just like, what else is worthy of attention? Because attention literally creates reality. Why do I want to give it to an instrument when I can create this whole world? So either way, it's that. Either way, I love you guys.
T1 said, when you first were getting into the guide, when you were removing toxins, etc., how was the transition?
Simple, super easy. I lost a bunch of weight instantly. I had more energy. My skin cleared up. I had better emotions. I look better. Like, it was night and day. It's like so easy. It's like the easiest thing you'll ever do. This is why I even talk about it. This is the only reason I even promote the guide, is because it's the only thing I believe in. Everything else to me is like stupid because it takes longer, or it's harmful for your body or something like that. The guide is like, it's instant. You see results instantaneously. You can bypass having to get surgery. You don't have to buy any supplements. You end up knowing yourself in the process. It's literally like the best thing, like, in reality, in life, is like to go down this path. Because it's a shift moment by moment. So like, the moment you start doing the guide, you're in it. You're already in it, and you just occupy that space. And as long as you're in it, you start seeing this things you couldn't even fathom. People have seen the history of their family lineage of why they even liked sweets, because they could see like the family line of how it was indoctrinated into each one of them throughout the decades. You end up knowing yourself more. You end up feeling better about yourself. I mean, it is just like, there's nothing that compares to it. It's the greatest thing that there is, as far as something that's applicable in methodologies of what one might consider health. You don't have to work out. You don't have to do supplements. It's like so freaking easy. You can have this body without working out. That's why it's great. You mean I have to spend all this money on supplements? That's why it's great. You mean I have to like force myself to go to the gym? That's why it's great. You mean I have to like starve myself in the fast? That's why it's great. I don't know anything better. Like I went to the highest thing I could possibly find. I'm like, I want that. I went to Mount Olympus. I got the fire, Prometheus's fire, the fire of the gods. And I'm like, there's nothing better than this. This is the best thing. Now, I can go do anything if I want to. If I want to run, I could. If I want to work out, I could. But I don't have to. Those things keep you in to where you have to do that. You have to work out. You have to do this stuff. But with a guide, you don't have to do anything. It's just something you occupy. When you occupy it, you have it. Now you have freedom. What do you want to do now? What do you want? What do you want to do? That's the main thing. Now you have all this freedom, all this energy, all this money, all this time. What do you want to do? Huh? You want to run? Okay, run. You can, but you don't have to. Well, all that stuff, you're a slave. You have to keep doing. You have to keep taking the protein powder. You have to keep taking the supplements. You have to keep taking some diet or whatever. You have to keep doing this stuff, and you have to. But this year, you just occupy it, and you're like, okay, I choose the best for me. The only thing you have to do is just choose the best, and it makes it so easy. It makes you feel better about yourself, and you look better, and you feel better, and you're stronger, and you're younger. It's like, you have all that stuff without anything. You mean I can look younger without surgery? I don't need plastic surgery. You mean I can look younger without beauty creams and treatments and stuff like that? You mean I feel great without having to take some sort of supplement or something like that? It's amazing. The transition there, I mean, it's the smoothest thing you'll ever do. It's so great. It's hard to explain in words because it's beyond words. Anyway.
So, what is the guide from Saman?
The guide is the instruction manual on how to live the most optimal, highest life possible for a human. This is how to live in the best way, so you have the most energy, the best body, you feel the best about yourself, and it gives you a lot of energy that you can divert towards your consciousness so you can become more successful. So what's helped me create the life that I have and everything else. So the guide is the step-by-step instruction manual on how to live the highest life as a human. And by default, you have a better body. You lose weight. You have bigger muscles, better shape for women, more consciousness so you can go get more money. It reverses sicknesses and illnesses. It reverses PCOS and diabetes, psoriasis, all this stuff. And it's the instruction manual on how a human should live. It's the most amazing thing you'll ever apply. I swear to God, there is nothing you'll apply to your life that's better than this. You can read 1 million self-help books and you'll never achieve this. You can read 1 million things about fitness and anatomy in the body, but you will never get this because those are ways of compensation trying to do something. This here, it allows your soul to be expressed through. And once you just live it, everything happens by default. It makes life automatic. Success is just automatic.
How much is the guide in dollars?
It depends on which version you get. You can go to my website, MikeyBreathes.com, and there's different versions of it. There's a paperback, which a lot of people request it. There's no audiobook because it's an instruction manual. And there's a digital copy. There's a bundle pack. And if you get the entire subscription, the year membership in my Discord, you get it for free. So in some ways it's free, and in other ways it costs different things. So yeah.
Where are you guys now?
I'm at home.
Oh wait, Mandan also asked, is toilet paper chemicals, and what do you use to wipe when you use the restroom?
Yes, and a bidet. Toilet paper is 100% chemicals. There's chemicals on everything, especially like toilet paper. It's bleached, so there's all these there's chemical residue on it. And it's going to go into your booty hole. And you know suppositories, right? Suppository works because your colon absorbs. So guess what? If you're putting chemicals on your rectum, they can seep into your colon, your body will absorb that too. So you're absorbing toilet paper, the chemicals of toilet paper inside of you. So yeah, use a bidet or hop into the shower real quick. If you're out and about, well, one, I would say time your poops. But if you're out and about and you can't use a bidet because you're in like Macy's, or I don't even know, do they still have Macy's? I have no idea. But like you're in some sort of store and you have to use it, okay, cool. But the moment you get home or to a source of water, wash that stuff off because that residue will stay around there and you'll absorb it. I tell you this stuff in the guide. It's in the instruction manual.
So Agnes asked, in the U.S.?
No, I'm in Nepal. I'm at the Himalayas.
Paul Copeland said, awesome.
Take a little mental pause real quick, guys. Breathe. Feel free to breathe with me. Oh, life is so awesome. Thank you for the love.
One Hit One said, I am inspired.
This has been a great live. In the beginning, I don't know if they put us out there or what. It was like so slow in the beginning. Now it's like ramping up. Oh man, life is so good. Oh man, life is so good.
And Agnes said, yes, we are in a different house.
Everything came on at once. So my low battery hit and then the puzzle, yeah. It made me do 2 puzzles. All right, that's my cue. I'm done. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Be blessed. Be awesome. You can find this on my YT, MikeyBreathes, on YouTube. And you can catch all the older episodes, the lives there. I love you guys. If you join up to the Discord community, you get the guide for free. If you choose the annual membership. And what else? Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. I made some posts on there. Follow me on my personal Facebook. That's even crazier. If you want to see like my day-to-day personal life and stuff like that. I don't even know how to find it, but it's out there somewhere. I think it's like Michael Fergie or something like that. Michael and Fergy. Either way, I love you guys so much. I had a blast. This has been a good live. I'll probably go live tomorrow. We'll see. I'll probably be doing more lives here at this place. I'll give you guys a house tour one day. The house is pretty big. It's 9 levels. There's an elevator inside the house. I'll show you the elevator real quick before I go. And yeah, just thanks for being here. This is the master bedroom here. Sasha's like right there, chilling. And this is I don't sleep in this bedroom, but this is a bedroom that I hang out in for the most part. And like a little like middle area here, this little like foyer. It kind of reminds me of a hotel building a little bit. We're out on a nature reserve, so there's a national forest behind us, and then we overlook the entire city of Kathmandu here. And there's a floor to the next floor, and there's a floor, more stairs to the next floor up there. And then you have the top floor, which is like a roof, and then you have another level on that, and you have another level on that. So it's like just on the top floor alone, like the roof area, there's 3 levels. And then here's a little elevator here, which is kind of cool. I like it. It's different. I never had an elevator in the house before. So if you want to go up, just hit it. Dun, 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 dun. That's it. Now it's here. But it's an elevator. You guys have seen elevators before. Either way, I love you. You're amazing. Say bye, Lay. Love you. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow or something like that. Anyway, y'all have fun. Peace out. And kisses. See you soon.